Imagine living each day with a calm mind, handling challenges without stress, and finding strength in every situation. That's the power of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time. Stoicism isn't just about thinking positively or ignoring problems. It's about developing inner resilience, self-discipline, and peace of mind. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't, Stoicism helps us live with purpose, courage, and gratitude. In this video, we'll explore the 10 most powerful Stoic principles that can transform your life. These are not just ideas for scholars or philosophers, they're practical insights that anyone can use. Whether you're facing a stressful job, dealing with difficult relationships, or just feeling overwhelmed by life's demands, these principles offer guidance on how to stay grounded, make better decisions, and build a stronger mindset. From accepting the ups and downs of life to training your mind for focus and patience, each principle can help you navigate life's challenges more calmly and with greater clarity. You don't need years of study to start applying Stoic wisdom. Even small changes in how you think can make a big difference. By the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap to face life with the confidence and resilience of a true Stoic. So, let's dive in and discover the timeless wisdom that can empower you every day. Principle number 1. Practice negative visualization. In life, we often expect things to go well, and when they don't, we're left feeling frustrated, hurt, or even devastated. But what if we could prepare our minds for setbacks and find peace, no matter what happens? This is where the Stoic practice of negative visualization comes in. It's the art of imagining possible challenges or losses before they happen, not to dwell on negativity, but to build resilience. Imagine you're preparing for an important job interview. You want the job and you've prepared well. Instead of just picturing yourself nailing the interview and getting the position, negative visualization would have you imagine what it might feel like if you didn't get the job. You'd picture the possible disappointment, the frustration, and even the moment of rejection. But instead of feeling defeated, you prepare yourself emotionally. You remind yourself that this outcome is possible and consider how you'd handle it gracefully. This practice helps us face our fears head-on. Often, we avoid thinking about failure, loss, or disappointment because it's uncomfortable. But when we're willing to picture these scenarios, we reduce their power over us. We're less likely to be caught off guard if things don't go as planned. In fact, by embracing these possible outcomes, we become less fearful and more focused on what we can control. Negative visualization doesn't make you pessimistic. It makes you prepared. It doesn't mean you're inviting bad things to happen. It just means you're strong enough to consider them without losing your peace. Life is full of ups and downs, and Stoics remind us that we're not defined by what happens to us, but by how we respond. So, the next time you're facing a big moment or goal, try practicing negative visualization. Spend a few moments imagining the worst-case scenario. Then ask yourself, how would I handle it? With this approach, you'll be ready to face any outcome, staying calm, steady, and in control. Principle number 2. Control what you can, accept what you can't. In life, there are countless things we face daily, some within our control, others beyond it. Stoicism teaches us that the key to inner peace and resilience lies in recognizing this simple truth. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Think about it. We can't control the weather, other people's actions, or even unexpected challenges that come our way. What we can control, however, is our response to these situations. Instead of wasting energy stressing over things we have no power over, we can choose to focus on our actions, our thoughts, and our attitude. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You can't control the traffic. Getting frustrated won't make the cars move any faster, but you can control your response. You can use that time to practice deep breathing, listen to an inspiring podcast, or even take a moment to plan your next steps. By choosing how you respond, you reduce stress and regain a sense of calm. This principle applies to much bigger challenges as well. If we're facing a setback, whether it's in our career, relationships, or health, it's natural to feel worried or anxious. But worrying doesn't change the situation. Instead, the Stoics encourage us to ask, what can I do about this? If there's something within our control, like changing a habit or seeking help, we should focus on that. If not, we must accept it and move forward, knowing that some things are simply outside of our influence. The Stoics believed that focusing on our own actions and reactions empowers us. We may not be able to change external events, but by controlling our inner world, our thoughts, choices, and attitudes, we build a steady foundation that no external force can shake. This principle isn't about avoiding responsibility. It's about wisely choosing where to place our energy. By practicing this mindset, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and find peace in knowing that we've done everything within our power. And for everything else, we simply let it be. Principle number 3. Amor Fati. Amor Fati is a Latin phrase that means love of fate. It's one of the most inspiring and powerful ideas in Stoicism. Imagine embracing everything that happens to you, good or bad, not just accepting it, but actually loving it. It's the idea that every single event in your life, from your greatest joys to your biggest challenges, has value. Instead of trying to fight or change what's out of your control, Stoics believe we should fully embrace our circumstances and see them as part of a bigger purpose. Loving your fate doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. Stoics knew life could be harsh and unpredictable, but they also believed that even the difficult parts could help us grow stronger and wiser. When we resist our circumstances, we create inner tension and stress. But when we adopt Amor Fati, we turn our focus from "why did this happen to me?" to "how can I make the best of this?" or "what can I learn from this?" This shift in mindset helps us find peace in almost any situation. Amor Fati can also make us more resilient. When we view every challenge as something we can accept and even appreciate, setbacks start to lose their power over us. It doesn't mean you won't feel pain or frustration, but you'll be better equipped to move through those feelings. You'll understand that obstacles aren't meant to break you, but to shape you. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's most famous thinkers, wrote about accepting everything that happens just as the olive ripens to drop. It's about finding harmony in the natural flow of life and knowing that every experience, pleasant or unpleasant, is a part of that flow. Adopting Amor Fati isn't easy, but it's incredibly freeing. Instead of feeling trapped by circumstances, you can find freedom in knowing that whatever happens, you have the power to use it for your growth. It's a call to live fully, embracing life exactly as it is, with gratitude and courage. Principle number 4. The dichotomy of control. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most crucial concepts is the dichotomy of control. At its core, this principle is about knowing what is within our control and what isn't. Many of our frustrations, anxieties, and disappointments come from trying to control things that simply aren't up to us. Think about how often you worry about things you can't change. Other people's opinions, unexpected events, or past mistakes. When we focus on things like this, we waste time and energy that could be directed toward things we can control. The Stoics believed that the path to a peaceful mind starts with accepting that certain things are beyond our influence. They taught that we should let go of our need to control outcomes and focus instead on our actions, attitudes, and choices. For example, if you're preparing for a big exam, you can study hard, stay organized, and focus on doing your best. But you can't control the questions on the test, or whether it rains that day, or how others perform. By letting go of these external factors and focusing only on what you can manage, you'll feel more at ease and less anxious. This approach applies to relationships as well. You can be kind, honest, and supportive, but you can't control how someone else feels or responds. By respecting the boundary between your actions and others' reactions, you gain emotional freedom. You stop trying to change people and accept them as they are, which leads to healthier, more balanced relationships. To practice this principle daily, start by noticing where your energy goes. Ask yourself, is this something I can truly control? If the answer is no, remind yourself to let it go. This isn't about giving up or not caring. It's about using your power wisely and focusing on what you can actually influence. When you embrace the dichotomy of control, you'll find that life becomes simpler and that peace comes more naturally. You'll spend less time worrying about things outside your reach and more time building a resilient, focused mind. Principle number 5. Memento Mori. Imagine you're going about your daily routine, checking your phone, scrolling through social media, maybe even stressing over a small mistake you made at work. We all get wrapped up in our day-to-day concerns, but Stoicism offers us a powerful reminder to shift our perspective. It's called Memento Mori, which means, remember you will die. At first, this might sound morbid, even unsettling, but its purpose is not to scare us. Instead, it's a reminder to live fully, to appreciate every moment, and to focus on what truly matters. Memento Mori teaches us that life is temporary. None of us know how much time we have, so every moment we spend is a gift that we can't get back. When we remember this, suddenly, the small things that usually bother us seem less important. It becomes easier to let go of petty arguments, minor frustrations, or fears about what others think. In the bigger picture, these worries simply don't matter as much as we often make them out to be. By keeping Memento Mori in mind, we learn to live with intention. It encourages us to spend time on things that make us feel alive, connecting with loved ones, pursuing our passions, helping others, and growing as individuals. When we realize our time is limited, we naturally start focusing on experiences that have deeper meaning and impact. The Stoics didn't believe in wasting time or waiting for the perfect moment to do something worthwhile. They knew life is unpredictable, and the best way to honor it is by making the most of each day. So, Memento Mori isn't about dwelling on death, but about enhancing our appreciation for life. When we live with this understanding, each day feels richer, our choices become clearer, and we find ourselves more grateful for the simple joys of being alive. In the end, Memento Mori is a reminder that by accepting the reality of death, we can live a life of purpose, presence, and peace. Principle number 6. Seek purpose over pleasure. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the endless search for pleasure. We're surrounded by quick comforts, distractions, and easy ways to feel good. Social media, fast food, binge-watching shows. These things might make us feel happy in the moment, but that happiness often fades just as quickly as it comes. Stoicism teaches us that real satisfaction isn't found in chasing temporary pleasures. Instead, we should focus on a deeper, lasting kind of happiness that comes from purpose. So, what does it mean to seek purpose? Purpose is all about doing things that align with our values, things that contribute to our growth, and things that bring genuine meaning to our lives. It's the difference between spending hours scrolling on your phone versus dedicating time to a passion or helping others. The Stoics believed that living with purpose keeps us grounded and gives our lives true significance. When we focus on purpose, we're not just reacting to what feels good right now. We're creating a life that feels right in the long run. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He recognized that if we constantly chase short-term pleasures, we lose the time and energy to build something meaningful. Purpose requires us to make choices, sometimes uncomfortable ones, that steer us toward a better version of ourselves. For example, let's say your goal is to get fit. The pleasure-driven choice might be skipping a workout to relax or indulging in junk food. But the purpose-driven choice would be putting in the work to exercise and eating well. It's harder, but over time, it brings a deeper satisfaction than momentary indulgence. By seeking purpose over pleasure, we become stronger and more resilient. Life becomes more than just a series of fleeting moments. It becomes a journey towards something truly fulfilling. So next time you're tempted by a quick pleasure, pause and ask yourself, does this serve my purpose? Principle number 7. Embrace discomfort. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is the idea of embracing discomfort. It may sound strange, but discomfort is where real growth happens. Stoics believe that when we step out of our comfort zones, we become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Instead of avoiding challenges or difficult situations, we should face them head-on. Think about it. When you push yourself to do something hard, like exercising or learning a new skill, it's uncomfortable. But through that discomfort, you build endurance, improve your abilities, and develop a sense of accomplishment. Stoics understood that comfort doesn't lead to growth. True growth happens when we face adversity and learn how to handle it. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean seeking pain for the sake of it. It means welcoming challenges as opportunities to improve. For example, when you feel nervous before a big presentation, instead of backing out or avoiding it, take a deep breath and dive in. Each time you push through that discomfort, you build confidence. You learn that you can handle tough situations and come out stronger on the other side. The Stoics believed that life is full of challenges, and trying to avoid them only leads to frustration. By facing discomfort, we teach ourselves to stay calm, focused, and resilient, no matter what life throws at us. Whether it's enduring a difficult situation, making a tough decision, or pushing through an obstacle, embracing discomfort is key to living a stronger life. Remember, discomfort is a signal that you're growing. The next time you feel uneasy about a challenge, think of it as an opportunity to become better. Stoicism teaches us that facing discomfort, rather than avoiding it, is one of the best ways to build inner strength and live with purpose. Principle number 8. Be mindful of your judgments. In life, the way we see things can have a huge impact on how we feel. Stoicism teaches us that events in life aren't good or bad by themselves. It's how we judge them that creates our emotions. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, you can choose how to react. You can get angry, let it ruin your day, or you can choose to let it go, understanding that it's just a momentary inconvenience, not something that defines your whole day. This is where mindfulness of your judgments comes in. The Stoics believed that we often suffer more in our minds than in reality. Our thoughts and reactions are what cause us stress, not the events themselves. By changing the way we interpret things, we can feel more in control and less affected by the outside world. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending things are perfect, but it does mean taking a step back and asking ourselves, is this really as bad as I think it is? Mindfulness of your judgments also helps you avoid reacting impulsively. When you notice a strong emotion coming up, like anger or frustration, take a pause. Ask yourself if the situation is really worth your emotional energy. Often, we make things worse by overreacting. Stoicism encourages us to respond thoughtfully, not react automatically. This gives us power over our emotions, instead of letting them control us. In everyday life, try to notice when you're quick to judge a situation or person. Are you jumping to conclusions? Are you seeing things in an extreme way? With practice, you can shift your perspective. The Stoics knew that our peace of mind depends on how we choose to view the world around us. By being mindful of our judgments, we can create a life with less stress and more calm, no matter what happens. Principle number 9. Practice self-discipline. Self-discipline is one of the most important principles in Stoic philosophy. It's about controlling your actions and staying focused on what matters most, even when distractions try to pull you away. The Stoics believed that true freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want, but from having control over your desires and impulses. By practicing self-discipline, you can make choices that align with your values and goals instead of reacting impulsively to every temptation or distraction. Think about how often we give in to quick pleasures or avoid doing hard things, like procrastinating on important tasks. These moments may feel good at the time, but they often leave us feeling empty or regretful afterward. Stoicism teaches that discipline is the key to long-term satisfaction. It's not about denying yourself everything, but about making the right choices for your future. For example, you might choose to wake up early to exercise, even though your bed feels comfortable and warm. You might choose to put in the effort to learn a new skill, even when it feels hard or uncomfortable. By making these small, disciplined choices every day, you start building a stronger, more focused version of yourself. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. The Stoics also understood that self-discipline is a muscle that grows stronger with practice. The more you push yourself to do what's right, even when it's tough, the easier it becomes. Over time, you'll find that you have more control over your emotions, your actions, and even your thoughts. In the end, self-discipline gives you the freedom to live a life that's true to your values. It helps you stay focused on what truly matters, rather than getting lost in temporary desires. So, start today, make one small, disciplined choice, and see how it changes your life one step at a time. Principle number 10. Live in harmony with nature. One of the key ideas in Stoicism is to live in harmony with nature. This doesn't just mean appreciating the beauty of the natural world, but also understanding that we are part of a bigger system. Just like trees, animals, and the seasons, we too have our own natural rhythms and roles. Stoics believe that by accepting and aligning with nature's flow, we find peace and purpose in life. Living in harmony with nature means accepting things as they are. Life isn't always going to go according to our plans, and there will be times when things feel out of control. However, instead of resisting or fighting against these changes, Stoicism teaches us to embrace them. The more we fight reality, the more we create unnecessary stress and frustration. By accepting life's natural cycles, we stop wasting energy on things we cannot change, and we focus on what we can control: our reactions, thoughts, and actions. Living in harmony with nature also means respecting our own nature. Each person has unique strengths, weaknesses, desires, and limits. Instead of trying to be someone we're not, Stoicism encourages us to work with what we have. We should seek to develop our best qualities, but also be aware of our limitations and weaknesses. Understanding who we truly are helps us make wiser choices and avoid unnecessary stress. Finally, living in harmony with nature teaches us to appreciate the present moment. We don't need to chase after unrealistic goals or be constantly striving for more. Just like nature, which doesn't rush, we can learn to move at our own pace, staying grounded in the here and now. By practicing gratitude and mindfulness, we can appreciate life as it unfolds naturally, without unnecessary worry about the future or regrets about the past. In short, Stoicism teaches us that by living in harmony with nature, both the world around us and our own nature, we find true peace and clarity. These 10 powerful Stoic principles can change the way you approach life. They teach us to focus on what we can control, accept the things we can't, and face life's challenges with courage and wisdom. The Stoics believed that by living according to these principles, we can find peace, happiness, and resilience no matter what happens around us. Whether it's embracing discomfort, practicing self-discipline, or remembering that life is short, each principle helps us build a mindset that is unshakable. The best part? You don't have to be a philosopher to live by these teachings. They're practical tools you can start using right now in your daily life. It's about making small choices that align with these principles, and over time, you'll see how they transform your thoughts, actions, and even your emotions. If you found these principles helpful, remember that it's not just about learning them, it's about living them. So, start applying them today, and watch how your life starts to change. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it with someone who could benefit from these Stoic insights. And if you want more content on how to live a better, more resilient life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Join us on this journey of self-mastery, and let's grow together one Stoic principle at a time. Thanks for watching, and remember, the power is within you.